should be live any second here. I guess I should get my coffee. And
I was watching them.
I'm sorry. You're just going to have to wait. Good morning, good morning, good morning, y'all. I hope everybody is having a blessed day. Switch this over to live. All right. Now we just got to wait for some people to come in. Hey, Madge the Gardener and Lauren Ann, good morning. How are y'all this morning? Oh.
Dad, I dare you
What,
to stay inside for
Good morning, Crystal. How are you this morning?
I dare you to stay in the house for 5 minutes.
Well, I'm going to stay in the house for an hour. How about that? Well, Daddy does this live stream. There you go. There you go, Crystal. And I appreciate you being here. I do. Hey, I know we may not get a lot of people in today. It's kind of crazy out there. If y'all do happen to go out in the world and see what's what, or have to go shopping or something like that, be careful out there. People are acting the fool. I mean, I saw some people actually stealing the paper towels off of the guy doing the cleaning's cart. I mean, that's pretty bad. They just, Madge said they just closed their school 2 weeks. We did the same, Madge, the same thing happened here. The governor just announced yesterday that they are. Good morning, Amy at Farmers Kind of Life. How are you this morning? Thomas Farmoki, good morning. The governor just announced yesterday that they are closing all the schools in New Mexico for the next 3 weeks. And yes, spring break was in there too, but so they don't go back until the 6th of April, I think. So the wife is freaking out a little bit, you know, kid's going to be home for the next 3 weeks. So, yeah, I have to work too, Crystal. I mean, it's not slowing us down. I work at a military installation, and they're not slowing me down at all. So, there's been no reported cases in the county I live in. As far as I know, the last I heard, there were only 6 reported cases of the virus in New Mexico and 6 probables. So, but who knows? I mean, like I said, people are acting crazy. People are acting the fool. Just be careful out there if you have to go out. Good morning, Pete's Little Homestead. How are you this morning?
Pete's Homestead.
It's crazy out there. My advice, stay home. Hey, good morning, Shayla. Making lemonade from lemons. I always want to say making lemons from lemonade. But, yeah, just stay home if you don't have to go out. You know, it's crazy. I know that a lot of y'all have some reported cases nearby, but if you think about it, and this is something a buddy of mine at work we're thinking about. Good morning, Nathan, Samson Farms. We were talking about how all the reported cases are in areas that have international airports. So, or nearby there. So, sounds like it's traveling in to me. But the only international airport in New Mexico is 3 hours away, so driving time. So it's a little ways. I mean, we got a little regional airport that picks people up from there and from Dallas, but other than that, I mean, it's pretty quiet. So It's been pretty good. I mean, like I said, it's pretty quiet around here. So if you don't have to go out there in the wide world and do stuff, then stay home. Order from Azure Standard. I love those guys. I just got a big order here the other day. Huge order. I get gallon jug size things of most of my stuff, and it made a huge difference. So they got great prices. What the hell? Stay home, order from them. you know, instead of going out in the wide world, sit back, wait for them to bring it to you. So they do ship direct. I know a lot of people have heard that Azure doesn't ship direct. They do. It'll cost you a little more to ship it direct rather than put it on one of their pickup routes. But they do ship direct. If you're lucky enough to have a pickup route nearby you, jump on it. Those of you that do use it, keep ordering. I just placed another order. Granted, it won't come in till the 7th of April, I think, here, but stay home, order online. Support your local folks if you live in an area that doesn't have any reported cases, but be careful, it's crazy. I went to Walmart to pick up 3 things, and it took me a little over an hour. So, good morning, Jan. Simply Jan Homestead. So yeah, it took me a little over an hour to pick up 3 things, and within the first 10 minutes, I was ready to kill some folks. So they were just being stupid. Pushing and shoving and, just ridiculousness. But, so I've decided that I'm not going up there no more. So I'll go to a couple of the smaller stores. I was at one last night that I buy bread and fresh bread and fresh tortillas from. And they had a line. It probably took me 30 minutes, but everybody was polite. They were standing and talking in line. They were, it was fantastic. So I think I'm going to continue to go to the little stores, stay away from the big box stores. So, Madge, you said, what am I planning on growing? Probably closer to what aren't I planning on growing. I don't grow beets usually, although this year I might. We're talking about that one. I may try kohlrabi. I may not. I don't grow Brussels sprouts because nobody in the house likes them. Good morning, farmer in our backyard. How are you this morning, Nathan? I'm only growing 2 kinds of carrots, 2 kinds of radishes. If you've seen my last video, you've seen that I'm growing about 10 different types of peppers, and those are only the ones that I have started right now. I have to start my my habaneros this weekend because I didn't have any seeds, so I was waiting for them to come in. Yeah, Crystal said she may grow beets and such for the goats and chickens. Yeah, if I had goats and chickens, I probably would grow them. I'd grow them just for them. I'm going to grow 4 different types of corn. Good morning, Jen Barnes Family Homestead. How are you this morning? We're growing 12 different types of tomatoes. I think I have 10 started. I've got 2 more started now that I started this week. Yes, baby.
Can you tie this right on
I have to fix. No, baby, I can't put this on the Barbie. The string's not long enough anymore. We need to put a longer string on it. You want to go ask Mommy to get a longer string for it? Mommy can put a string on it for you so you can tie it up.
Wait, I found a longer string on.
That one's still not long enough. It's enough to go around, but it's not enough to tie it. Go ask Mommy for a longer string.
I think I can get it.
The woes of being a dad, right? You have to learn to play with Barbies.
Dad, Daddy,
But
it's long enough to tie.
no, it's not. It's long enough to wrap, silly.
Please just tie it.
But yeah, like 5 different types of corn, 4 or 5 different types of corn.
Dad, we'll tie this.
2 different types of cabbage. 4 different types of lettuce. 3 different kinds of onions. I have currently 4 different types of garlic in my garlic bed. Probably 3 or 4 different types of kale. We love kale. That's right, real men do play with Barbies, especially with their daughters. Ernie Hatmaker, good morning. Let's see, trying to think of what else. Ground cherries. Shayla says, how old is being a real grown-up? I'm 47 and still don't like beets. Well, I got you beat there, Shayla. I'm 53 and I still don't like them. I've had them one time. They were sliced real thin and turned into like onion rings, only they were beet rings. And those weren't too bad. Shut the door, baby. Thank you. So, and besides, I'm never going to grow up. I might grow older, but I'll never grow up. Yeah, my garden went from 18 by 25 to this year it's going to be 30 by 40. So, and that doesn't include the section where my tomatoes grow. I put my tomatoes on the opposite fence. I've got a short 4-foot fence between my yard and a neighbor's yard. And I put all my tomatoes along that fence. Might as well take advantage of the free trellis, right? And then if they grow over the fence, they grow over the fence. And my neighbor appreciates the free tomatoes and just saves me from picking some of them. Last year I had so many tomatoes that it was crazy. And I know some of y'all saw my green tomato harvest ahead of the frost. We made a bunch of salsa verde with that, and it came out pretty good. I forgot to film it, of course, but that was when I was still pretty new to YouTube. So now I know I have to film it, even if it doesn't look good. So, Food Forest Permaculture, good morning. So, yeah, I'm not a big fan of beets, never have been. So, like I said, I had them that one time that I enjoyed them. My pops pickled some one time, and those were just like okay, but since they're not my favorite food, I don't grow them. So, although 3, 4, 5, 6, let's see, when was I in Saudi Arabia? 2014. So 2013, I grew beets, but I grew them for my pops. So he asked me if I'd grow some for him so him and mom could pickle them. So that's what we did. But exactly, editing is where it looks good. The problem is, is I start out with an hour and a half of video and I get it down to about 3 minutes that I like, and then I'm like, oh God, that's terrible. So then I have to start over. I'm still working on getting the right angles and stuff like that. I mean, you put a regular SLR in my hand, 35 millimeter camera, and I will take the most beautiful pictures you've ever seen. But something about video, I don't know, it just confounds me. But I'm trying, I'm getting there. So I got a ton of pictures up on the wall behind me that I've taken from Italy and Spain and stuff like that. And I've sold quite a few of them too. So But yeah, like I said, you put a 35 millimeter in my hand, and I do fantastic taking pictures. Yeah, you always had it from over an hour of footage, Nate. Yeah, see, I'm glad I'm not the only one. Tony and Shelly, good morning. TS Dogs and Dragonflies. So yeah, I'm usually an hour, sometimes an hour and a half. My 2-minute Tuesdays, my 2 for Tuesdays, so far I've been at about 12 to 15 minutes. That's not too bad, I guess, for a little 2-minute clip. But I say something one way one time, and then I say it another way the next time, and then I don't like the way either one of them sounded. So, and some of you saw I've been putting a few bloopers here and there at the end of my reels. I figure, hey, we're all human, you know. It's good to be human, and it's good to let people know that it's okay to mess up, you know, poke fun at yourself. So, boy, I got a heck of a glare from the lights this morning, don't I? And from the window. That's good, because it rained all day yesterday. It was misty and nasty and just gray all day long, and then it rained pretty good last night. So, which is a good thing, because this morning after this, I'm headed out to the garden. So, Wiccan Chickens, good morning. Yeah, I'm headed out to the garden. I'm going to start doing. Thank you, Amy. I'm going to start doing some of my tilling up some of my garden bed, and got to move a bunch of raised beds that I made out of 55-gallon drums, and get that stuff out of the way. Pull up some old weed cloth, some staples, and then hopefully I'll be able to start prepping beds. The bad part is I've got today to do it, because tomorrow it's supposed to be raining again, and according to the weather report, let's see what NOAA has to say. NOAA says 50% rain tomorrow, 30% Monday, 30% Tuesday, 40% Wednesday, 60% Wednesday night, 30% Thursday. Oh, looks like next Friday I might have a chance to actually make the beds. But that's okay. We can use the rain. It's been a little dry here this winter, so we can actually use it. So that and I could really use it, especially out there tonight. I mean, last night I really needed it. Lisa Lee, good morning. The ground out here is so hard, so hard, because it's all just packed clay and caliche, kind of like out at Jim and Jess's out there at Green Dream Project. It's hard pan clay on top and caliche underneath, and so I just got to break that hard pan up. And last year I had a pretty good garden. I tilled that little section, and it did pretty good. So, but I got to do some serious tilling, some serious amending. I've got a dairy right off the base where I work, and they're going to give me a bunch of manure, and there's a alpaca farm not too far from here. They said they'd give me some manure, and I got to go pick up a big bag of gypsum, and then I'll get to amending the soil. So, I'm a crazy homesteader. Good morning. So, but yeah, like I said, if y'all don't have to go anywhere, stay at home. You know, I know a lot of us still have to go out and work. Unfortunately, I do too. So I work on a military. See, bloopers. I work on a military installation, and so we don't get days off for the most part, except Saturday and Sunday if you're lucky. So, and since I do power production, I work on mobile generators and stuff. So that means if power goes out, something like that, then I got to be there. But otherwise, I just work my 6:30 to 4:30, and it's all good. Nathan, I'm not either, buddy. I'm not ashamed that I till either. I would love to have good enough soil that I didn't have to till. But here, no, it's too rough. I know a lot of people that still till, and you know what? It's all good. I don't judge folks for doing what they do. As far as I'm concerned, you do what you do to make your garden grow. So that's what it's all about. And as long as you're happy with your garden, then nobody else needs to worry about it. So, what am I most anxious to plant in my garden? Lisa, actually the only thing that I planted last year that didn't produce for me, and I think it's probably because I got a really late start last year. As you can tell, this year I'm ahead of the game. Last year I got a really late start, and I don't think I got anything in the ground until the end of last weekend in May, first weekend of June. And this year I want to plant my okra. I did not get enough okra. Last year I think we had one good small harvest of okra, and that was it. And we love okra. I know a lot of people, that's the one thing a lot of people don't like because it's slimy if it's cooked wrong. But Madge, you started some tomatoes, peppers, holy basil, and sweet potato slips. There you go. There you go. That's one of the things that I'm going to order this week. I have had to find them, but I want to start some sweet potatoes. They're from Okinawa, and they grow them in Hawaii too, but they have a buff colored or tan colored skin and purple meat. So, and they're supposed to be one of the best sweet potatoes there are. So those are the ones that I'm looking forward to starting. But I have to order some this week and then get them in some water, start some slips. Crystal, it's not too bad. Really, we like it pan fried because when you pan fry the okra, it doesn't get as gooey. One of the things it has is the membrane inside of it tends to get gooey. So if you pan fry it, it comes out a lot better. Sometimes we'll even bread it and deep fry it. It comes out real good. But and of course my wife's from Louisiana, so she's used to cooking a lot of okra and gumbo and jambalaya and stuff like that. So and even she says the same thing. Sometimes it's just too gooey. So when we make jambalaya or gumbo, it's the very last thing she puts in. That way it just gets warm, but doesn't have a chance to overcook. Most of the time, if it overcooks, that's when it gets gooey. If you leave it in there and just lightly cook it, sear it, then it's still kind of crunchy, doesn't get so gooey. So, there's your hint. I'll catch up on some of my messages here. Jen, I don't know how many Michiganders grow okra, but I guess the ones from the south that really love it probably do. Oh, Crystal, you got some purple sweet potato slips. There you go. See, now I was thinking about doing the purple ones, but I really want to try these Okinawan ones. So, and like I said, they're a buff skin but a purple flesh. So. Yeah, Howie, that's a good point. A lot of organic farmers do shallow till now. So, and that's one of the things that I would like to do after this is just do a shallow or even go back to broad forking it. So instead of having to till it, but I don't mind tilling it. So, except I have to rent the tiller. But hey, I rent it from the base. It's not too bad. So. It cost me $50 for the whole weekend. I picked it up yesterday. Unfortunately, I couldn't use it because it was raining, but that's okay. Absolutely, aggressive mulching is fantastic for weed control. That's actually what I plan on doing for my walkways. This year, because of all the sand burrs or star thistle, that sort of stuff. I'm going to use mulch or wood chips in the walkways, but I'm going to use weed barrier cloth to try and not let that stuff come back up. So I've got to try and kill that out of my yard. I've got way too much of it and that stuff. It's also known as goat heads. So, and they are murder on your feet and your legs. So let's see here. Yeah, I got crabgrass too, Nathan. So that's the other thing. I had crabgrass and Bermuda grass. Somebody thought it would be smart to do Bermuda grass. You know how invasive that stuff is. So they wicked chickens, I don't know. They may not. I guess if you started them inside, you might be okay. Plant them a little, start them inside, grow them inside for a little while, and then transplant them outside when they were, a couple months old. I bet they'd probably do okay. Talking about the okra, said she was not sure if Michigan has a long enough grow season. They do take a long time. Last year, all I did was I broke the soil up with the tiller, and then I raked in some amendments, and then I mulched the living daylights out of it. So it did pretty good. I mean, I had a lot of zucchini, that's for sure. My tomatoes did pretty good. So there you go, Howie. Crabgrass is best left to the pigs to devour. Samson Farms, Nathan, I'm with you. I love my weed fabric. I used it when I was in Texas too, and I loved it. Like I said, I tend to mulch my walkways, and I just use weed fabric over my beds. So, and then if I just till all that mulch into the garden the following year and let it go back to the soil. Just provides great nutrients and stuff for my soil. So. Especially out here where it's so hard. Oh, Brett and Cindy, good morning. How are you this morning? I'm a crazy homesteader. Yes, I am expanding the garden this year. Last year, like I was saying earlier, it was about 18 by 20 with a decent strip for my tomatoes, about 20 feet long by about 1.5 feet wide. And then this year we're going 30 by 40, and I still have the strip for my tomatoes, only now it's about 45 feet long. So it runs from all the way up here at the house all the way down to my compost bin. Yeah, it's about 45 feet. So, and it's going to be full of tomatoes this year. So yeah, I'm going quite large with my garden this year for such a small lot. I would have gone bigger, but I have plans to put in a small greenhouse. And if I had gone too much bigger, I wouldn't have had any room for my greenhouse. Not to mention I'd have had to go over the top of where my water line comes into the house, and I don't want to do that. Shayla, I do use weed fabric under one of my raised beds, the barrels that I made. And this year I'm going to do the same thing, just because it was such a pain in the butt, weed eating and everything around them. So, and I don't want to have to do that. Oh, sorry about that. Hit the table. So, yeah, I'm on a laptop, in case you were wondering. I don't have a setup to do studio type stuff. So, but you haven't even measured your new area yet. I bet you haven't. You got house stuff to deal with right now, so that's a whole lot more important. You'll get to it. Arkansas Woodcutter, good morning. I'm a crazy homesteader's putting in radishes today. Cool. Crystal, are you serious? You've never made zucchini bread? Are you deprived, child? Oh my. Yeah, I don't know what life would be like without zucchini bread. That is one thing that will absolutely take me off of my keto diet. Zucchini bread will every single time. So zucchini bread, and my mom makes pumpkin bread. Same way. That's another one. Take me right off my diet. Nathan, you're right. It is good turning zucchini into hash browns. We like it that way too. You wish you'd extended. Arkansas Woodcutter says, I wish I'd extended my cardboard out of my raised beds by a foot more or more. Yeah, I hear you. I know what you mean. I wish that I had set mine a little differently than I did this past year, but I had to put everything inside my my fence. Crystal says, yes, never have. I'm deprived. I need all the zucchini bread. Well, I'll have to send you my mom's recipe. There you go. So that's what my wife and I ended up doing with a lot of our zucchini this last year. We tried it 4 different ways. We tried it sliced, we tried it chopped, and then we tried it shredded for freezing it in the freezer. I'm here to tell you, sliced and chopped, it just don't work. Not unless you like mushy zucchini, which we don't. So, and all of the shredded stuff, I shredded more for zucchini bread than anything else, but we're finding that we also like it pan fried in butter. So if it's pan fried in butter, you can crisp it up a little bit. It comes out really good. Crispy noodles. Never enough time. Good morning. So yeah, so once you take your zooks and shred them up, you can put the shredded stuff in the freezer. It comes out fine, especially if you're going to use it for zucchini bread. But you can also make a crap ton of zucchini bread and just put it in the freezer too. It keeps for a long time in the freezer. We made some last year, and I was putting 2 loaves at a time in vacuum saver bags and putting them in the freezer. And my wife said, why are you putting 2 of them in there? I said, have you seen the way we eat zucchini bread? So, yeah, I like to put chocolate chips and stuff like that in it too. So, Howie, you have a good one. Go start your day. Be careful out there. Be safe out there. It's crazy. Eagle Ridge Homestead, good morning. Nathan, yeah, a zoodle maker is fantastic. I've got one of those too. And we did the zoodle maker with a bunch of the zucchini, and we also did just the food processor and shredded it. So we did both. The shredded stuff we mostly used for bread. The stuff we did for zoodles, we kind of do a lot of things with it. So I also did a bunch of our butternut squash and turned them into zoodles. So that worked out real good too. Thomas Farmogi says, do both y'all cook? Meaning myself and my wife? Absolutely. I love to cook. My wife isn't as keen on cooking, but she's a pretty darn good cook. I'm here to tell you, she's a really good cook. So I love to cook. Between my mom and my pops, I absolutely love to cook, and I'm a firm believer that if it can be grilled, it should be grilled. So I grill veggies, I grill meat, I grill everything. You know, when the weather's right, I grill it. Even if it's raining a little bit, I'll still grill it. I don't care. So, but yeah, I'm a firm believer in knowing how to cook and cook. I mean, experiment, have fun. I mean, that's what cooking's all about, right? It's about the food, so enjoy it, and don't cook something a certain way just because somebody says that's the way you have to cook it. No, experiment, have fun with it. Some of the best food that I've eaten over the last several years has been stuff that my wife has just gone, well, I saw this thing on the cooking channel and I thought it might be good, but I thought it would be better if I added this. She did, and it came out fantastic. So, I mean, a weird raccoon in the freezer that you don't know how it got there. Crystal, everybody's supposed to have a raccoon in the freezer. Don't you know that? That's part of being in the country. Zucchini boats, stuffed bell peppers, absolutely. Shit happens. I'm sorry I didn't catch you when you came in, but good morning. Like to barely grill the zucchini with some Italian seasoning, garlic, and olive oil. Absolutely, absolutely. It's really good that way. Yeah, I absolutely love to cook. So I think some of the most fun I've had in the kitchen has been cooking with my wife. So we love doing stuff in there together. So I think the best part about both knowing how to cook is that if she calls me up while I'm at work and says, I'm having a really bad day, I don't feel like cooking, will you cook? Sure, why not? I don't have a problem with it. If she doesn't want to cook, I'll cook. Last night we had fajitas. So, yeah, I broke the diet a little bit, but you know what? I figure a couple of homemade flour tortillas ain't gonna kill me. So we had steak fajitas last night for dinner, and I cooked. So raccoon in the freezer and a stuffed turkey in your living room. I know. I remember that stuffed turkey. Farm in our backyard, Nathan and I agree. I love food. It shows. It shows. My wife and I decided to take a break from keto for a little while, and now we're going back to it. And I'm regretting taking the break, but hey, it happens, right? So we just enjoy the days we have and enjoy the food we have. We had a rough month or so. Christmas was good, but kind of rough. But we're doing pretty good. So both my parents could cook. Papa's never. Oh, see, now that's the difference. My pops has cooked for my mom. My pops is a really good cook. He don't cook much. He don't. But my love of grilling came from that man. I will always defer any grill questions to my pops because he is by far the grill master. When I was a kid, my pops and I did weddings here and there. And we had a barbecue that was made out of a Jeep pickup bed trailer. So the grill on it was 4.5 feet across and 5 feet long. And so we would do weddings and cookouts and stuff like that. I mean, we cooked like, oh man, I think it was about 150 pounds of tri-tip and 200 pounds of chicken, for one. We did about 100 pounds of brisket for another one. So yeah, all on the grill. And I don't cook with charcoal. Now, that being said, no, I don't cook with gas. I cook with wood. I like to cook with wood. I like the flavor it gives to the meat. So it's just the way I do things. I'm kind of stubborn that way. Brett and Cindy says their zucchini's pushing up out of the dirt. There you go. Tempe only likes zucchini when it's a pizza boat, huh? Hey, maybe I can get my little one to eat zucchini that way. She loves pizza. Yeah, see, I'm the same way, Crystal. Grilled zucchini, zucchini chicken Alfredo, zucchini lasagna. I mean, we love zucchini. So, yep, I didn't even think about doing a pizza boat, Nathan. That's a great idea. So I've done the what do they call them, Hasselbeck potatoes. I've done Hasselbeck zucchini too. It's where you put little slices in, just leave like a little bit down at the bottom so you can spread them apart, and then you put cheese and meat in them that way. And Eagle Ridge Homestead, you have a great day too, and have fun with that brush hog. And don't work too hard. You know, enjoy life. So yeah, so the Hasselbecks I've done before, but I never even thought about making it into a boat. So we'll have to give that a try. I bet my girls will love it. There you go. Split it, scoop the seed area, build a pizza in it, throw it on the grill. That's it. Throw it on the grill. If it can be grilled, it should be grilled, right? Yeah, I don't necessarily have to wear glasses. I do because I'm getting older and I can't see as well as I used to. My distance vision's good. My close-up vision's not. Thomas Farmoki, yes, I have one boy. He is 23, so he has moved out on his own. But we have 5 girls, 31, 28, 20, 21 right now, should be 22 in August, 13 and 5. So Nathan, I used to grill pizzas a lot too. So yep, if it can be grilled, it should be grilled. So, and hopefully here in the next few weeks, I've got a line on the metal for my big grill out back. I'll have to do a quick video update and show you guys that. I got a big tank that used to be a pressure tank for some stuff, and I got it cut open, and I burned it out so it's all nice and clean. And Itty Bitty Homestead, good morning and thank you. Big Bear Homestead, good morning. How y'all doing this morning? So yeah, I got my tank all cut out, and so now I just got to get the metal put in it for the to support the grills, and then get some expanded metal for the grills, and it'll be good to go. So I'm looking forward to having that one done, because it gives me a much bigger surface area, about 2 feet across and about 5.5 feet long. So that'd be nice. I'll be able to smoke. I should be able to smoke a half a pig in there, so without any problem. Sorry, catching up on some messages here. Yep. So Lauren, you're right. I am almost at 500. I'm real close. So I'm gonna do a giveaway at 500. Nice one. Hey, Big Bear, how's Blaze doing? I know he went off and is becoming a Marine. So we'll I keep him in my prayers. So I have no doubt he's probably excelling in what he's doing. That boy's got a good mind and a good head on his shoulders. So you should be real proud of him. I know you are. Woohoo! A day without rain. Yeah, my Big Bear, my mom and pops are at Lake Lanier in Georgia. So they're campground hosting up there at Lake Lanier. So I don't know if that's close to y'all, but my Aunt Kathy and my Uncle Bill, they live in Lawrenceville out near Atlanta. So Pete's Little Homestead, I appreciate y'all stopping in. Thank you. And y'all have a blessed day. Oh, you guys got your second letter yesterday, Big Bear. That's cool. That's very cool. So I was thinking about that the other day. And thinking about when I was writing my mom and pops when I was in boot. So that's cool. Lauren Ann, you hit 100 the other day. Well, congratulations. That's that first big goal that everybody's looking for, and I was no different. It's kind of strange that first 100 seems like it takes forever, and then after that, it just seems like you're just chugging along, and that's cool. That's very cool. Brett and Cindy said they need to build a big grill. So, oh, that is close. Okay, cool. Yeah, my mom and pops love to campground host up at Lake Lanier, and they try and get up there every couple of years. But this year pops got there. He said the lake was 5 feet over normal level. So he said, and then it drained a foot, and then y'all got a bunch more rain, and it was back 18 inches higher than what it was. So they're looking forward to being there, though. So, have any videos on growing cukes? No, I don't actually. I know there's a lot of others that do, though. So check them out. My cukes did real good last year. I planted them a little bit away from everything else. So they didn't have as much of the pest problems. So Nathan, that's just mean. Find some army stationery to send Blaze. Oh, that would be fantastic. No, Big Bear, you're absolutely right. It is not a sprint sport. I am so stoked and blessed to be almost at 500. I mean, I never thought that I would be there this soon. I mean, I posted my first video on YouTube last year in July. I think it was July 21st or July 19th. I can't remember. I'll have to go look. But yeah, so I mean, we haven't even been doing this a year, and it's just, I'm just absolutely blown away. His birthday is March 24th. Everyone send him a card with glitter in it. I can do that. I'll send him a card with Air Force glitter in it. Absolutely. Shayla said her mom and dad wrote every day. Lots of church members sent cards. Absolutely, man. I loved getting letters when I was there. Absolutely. I'll get his address from y'all later, and I will definitely send him a birthday card. My mom's birthday is the following day. My mom's is the 25th. My pop's birthday was day before yesterday on the 12th. So my pop's just hit 82. So yeah. Gail's Garden, good morning. How are you this morning? Lauren, my gardener is awesome. I like Luke. I get seeds from Most of my stuff comes from M.I. Gardner, Baker Creek, and as of late, the bulk of my stuff has been coming from Mary's Heirloom Seeds. She's got fantastic seeds. I can't say enough good things about her. And she's always right there if you got a question. So. Shayla's, yours was a month earlier. Yeah, exactly. I mean, it blows me away that we started just mid-year last year and we're this far. Thomas Farmoki, yes, I do work around Air Force. I'm on Cannon Air Force Base, so that's exactly where I work. I'm retired Air Force, so I retired in '09. So after 22 years. And now I work civil service out there. So I bounced around a little bit, worked for Boeing for a couple of years over in Saudi Arabia, and worked for a security company for a couple of years as the head of security for a wire and cable company, and then went back to work for Uncle Sam. Got to go where you're comfortable, right? I miss the esprit de corps. I miss the brothers. I miss the sisters, So, and Shayla says that's the 3 she gets her seeds from, too. Yep. I built on the rock. You got a friend that will hit 99 in April. Wow, that's fantastic. Good morning, Daryl. How are you this morning? Two-family homestead. I'm glad you stopped in. I appreciate it. Jan, I appreciate you stopping by. I really do. Thank you. And y'all have a blessed day as well. Yeah, it's been pretty good. It's been a fairly mild winter this year, so we kind of expected these late winter, early spring rains. So the wind is just what I hate, but it is what it is. Madge, you started YouTube in October. Yeah. I'm telling you, it's amazing. I tell you, within my first 3 videos, Daryl gave me the best tip I could possibly get, and that was turn your phone into landscape mode so people can see the whole picture and you don't get the black bars on the side. So Daryl, I appreciate you. Changed the whole game for me, and now I'm sharing the knowledge. So, I mean, it may only be a little 2-minute clip, but I'm sharing. So, yeah, Big Bear, I know what you mean. The rains. My aunt, like I said, my aunt and uncle live out there, and I've got cousins that live out there as well. And everybody has been telling me that the rains in Georgia and Mississippi have been really bad this year. I know. I got some friends in Macon down at Robbins Air Force Base, and they said they've had like 25 inches since the first of the year. And that's just ridiculous amounts of rain. That's just crazy. It's been a long time since I've been around that much rain. When I lived in East Texas, we had a year that we had like 140% of normal. I mean, it was ridiculous. So I know what you mean. I didn't get anything planted that year because the ground was so wet that I couldn't even walk out there without sinking. So I bet and I know it's miserable out there walking through it, trudging through all that stuff out on the farm, but we love you guys, so keep them coming. Yeah, I'm here to tell you, like I said, Daryl saved me. So, saved my filming. So, yep, Shayla, you only had 1. I had 3 that were the wrong way when Daryl caught me. And I haven't had that one one that way since. I did have a clip in one that was that way, but that's only because I was driving while I was filming. I know it's a no-no, but it's a whole lot easier to hold your camera like this than like this when you're trying to drive. At least it was for me. So, because it was snowing at the time. Crystal, you're absolutely right. Two family, they are a foundation on the online homestead community, and I appreciate them. So, y'all's pond has flooded twice, and the overflow's still pouring out. Man, I bet. Built on the Rock said in 2018 they got an entire year's worth of rain in 6 weeks. Yep. Good morning, Emma at Sunny's Place. How are you this morning? Yeah, when I was growing up in Northern California, and when I went back to Northern California in the 90s, in the winter in 93, in 86 we had so much rain that the Feather River Canyon washed out, and California was pretty much underwater, almost a good percentage of the state. So, and in 93 we got 6 feet of snow in 4.5 days. So, yeah, I remember what that was like. And then, of course, after the snows, we started getting rain about 6 weeks later, and melted all that snow fast, so we flooded again. So yeah, it's no bueno. Nathan says no-nos are like the military. It's only wrong if you get caught. Madge, you don't turn your phone in landscape mode. You just take your phone, and instead of filming like this, film like this. Most cameras, most phones have an automatic feature that when you turn it, it just rolls the picture right over for you. You don't have to do anything. So yeah, if you just take your camera from filming like this and just roll it over like this, it'll fill up your whole screen, and you won't have those black bars on either side. Big Bear smoking bacon today. Oh, I'm so jealous. I'm so jealous. I used to do a lot of it when I lived in East Texas because I was getting pigs all the time. But Emma just woke up. Oh, had friends over, so you had a bunch of teenagers in the basement laughing and goofing off. Yeah, that'll keep you awake. That reminds me, I need to go out to the freezer and get my bacon out. Yep. Yeah, I just found out my phone the other day has a panoramic capability thanks to the new update. So I could take like a 180-degree panoramic photo. Can't do it with video, but I can with a photo. I was like, that's cool. So the things that cell phones are capable of now. Big Bear, that's exactly right. When you get caught, you get to be the reason for the safety briefing. Nobody wants to be the reason for the safety briefing. Be safe. Wear your PPE. For those of you that don't know, it's personal protective equipment, PPE. So, yeah, we just got the briefing about that yesterday. Somebody was out in the yard, and they were running a generator without hearing protection. Big no-no. I mean, I spent 22 years working in and around and on a flight line with jets, and so I'm getting pretty deaf, and generators over all the years, and it is what it is. Hearing protection back then wasn't what it is now, but it is what it is. Oop, let's see, go back a little bit here. Farming our backyard. Yeah, and that's exactly why I'm building mine. They said they want to build a smoker. That's exactly why I got that tank, so I could build a smoker and a grill all in one. It's a horizontal, but because of the way I've got it set up and because it's 5.5 feet long, I've got more than enough surface to smoke with it. So put the fire all down at one end and just let it travel. So. Samson Farm, Nathan says he's got to get some bacon seeds. Absolutely. I wish we lived on, if we didn't live in the city, I would have pigs, chickens, ducks, goats, cows. I miss being on a true homestead. And don't get me wrong, homesteading in the city is still homesteading. It's a mindset. Homesteading is a mindset. It's not a place. It's not a place. I know I tease, but exactly. What'd you say? I can't hear you over my tinnitus. Exactly. So, Big Bear, do you still have to sleep with the fan on? Yes, homesteading is a mindset. It's in your head. It's not a place. I know I tease, but yes, I still have to sleep with a fan on because the ringing in my ears is awful. So I sleep with a fan on. I sleep with something going just to distract me from the tinnitus. And there's nothing they can do about it. I just went for my, because I'm a civil service employee, I have to go annually to get a hearing test. And I went 2 weeks ago and I failed. And I went back yesterday or day before yesterday and I failed again. They said, you need to go see the flight surgeon. I think there's something wrong with your ears. I said, yeah, there is. I said, I've been trying to tell you that since I come in. Shayla, your husband has to have the fan? Yeah, I've got a fan on all the time. And it just is, you know. Yeah, let's not talk about it. I don't doubt that at all. I am lucky enough, especially right now, that my wife is of that age that she likes the fan on too. Absolutely. So, yep. It's just one of those things. Tinnitus or selective hearing? Yeah. Daryl, that's a good question. No, I have to say that for me, honestly, I can't hear. I make my wife speak up. She hates repeating herself, but she has to repeat herself all the time. My big one is I know those of you that have been in and around loud noise, y'all know what I'm talking about. Someone goes in the other room while they're talking to you and they turn on the water or they turn on the dishwasher or they flush a toilet and you can't hear anything. All you hear is they sound like Charlie Brown's teacher. You know? I mean, that's what I get. So, Madge, that's what I'm hoping is going to happen for me. I'm hoping that this is my 5th failed hearing test, and I'm hoping that that they're finally going to break down and say, you know what, we should get you hearing aids. So, which I probably won't wear at work because I run generators every day, but I'll definitely wear them at home because I miss hearing things. So Yes, Jason, they do. And I'm not saying that out loud, but yes, they do. She's within earshot. I'm not reading that. Yeah, I think I come by the the selective hearing part of it. Emma says her hubby does it all the time. He'll ask a question, then turn on the faucet, and he's deaf and wears hearing aids. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Um, my wife will ask me a question, and then she gets up and goes in the other room and turns on the sink, and I will answer her, and she'll ask me something else, and I won't hear a word she says. So my pops was a equipment operator for 40 years, so he's deaf and wears hearing aids too. So, and itty bitty, I see that you said you were born hearing impaired, so you've had them all your whole life. I understand that too. I understand that too. It sucks, but hey, it is what it is. God is good. No, God is great. Beer is good, and especially right now, people are friggin' crazy. Yeah, I can turn them off around the generators. You're absolutely right. Never enough time. You're absolutely right. I can wear them and turn them off around the generators, but I'm hoping to go for the in the ear. We'll just have to wait and see. The VA has actually said that if my hearing got worse, that they would get me some. So we'll just have to wait and see what happens there. No, Daryl, Jason's not skirting the edge. Not at all. Hopefully he's in the other room. Big Bear. Oh, Shayla says her dad has hearing issues from his time in the service as well as in the cotton mills back in the day. Yeah, yeah. Well, see, and that Shayla, just what you said there is what happens to me too. Is my daughters will get loud playing, and it hurts because it just happens to be one of those tones that I can hear, and it'll aggravate me. And I know they're just playing, but sometimes if someone talks to you while the faucet's running, yeah, exactly. It's like Charlie Brown. It's just like Charlie Brown's teacher. And never enough time. That's exactly what I'm hoping for. And I really don't care. I really don't. I will wear them no matter what because my 5-year-old is fairly soft-spoken when she's just talking regular, and half the time I can't hear her. I have to make her talk louder, and I hate doing that to her. And I want to hear what she's saying. So, and I miss it when I'm hunting. Man, I used to be able to hear everything when I was out hunting. Everything. And now I have to wear those Walker's game ears so I can hear stuff. And the only problem with wearing the Walker's game ear, don't get me wrong, they're a great product. But the only problem with wearing those is that they make everything louder. So they make my tinnitus louder too. So because they make everything louder, so everything coming in is loud instead of just the tones that I really need. Madge said yours cost $1,800. Exactly. Had my pops not been covered, they were like $2,300. I think Mom said, or $2,600, something like that. One of your dogs ate your husband's hearing aids once. Oh my God. Oh no. Oh man. He probably remembers. Yeah. Oh wow. Exactly, Madge, and that's my youngest daughter. She gets frustrated because she speaks soft, and so she gets frustrated with me when she has to repeat it, and most of the time she'll just go, "Never mind." Now, this is 5 years old. Yeah, she's a little sassy. So, yep, she's a little sassy. Sheila, that's what we had to do with my pops. We had to beg him to wear his. And that was his first set. His first set, we had to beg him to wear. He'd never wear them. He'd say they always ring. They do this, they do that. They're too loud. Well, he went in this last time and mom took him to a specialist. I mean, a really, really good one. And so they really dialed him in to the tones that he was deaf to. And they set him up so that the first little while he was wearing them, the first like 3 months he was wearing them, they had them set so that they only boosted 25%. Because his problem with his other ones were, he said it was like someone was screaming in his ear all the time because he wasn't used to hearing. So we had all gotten so used to speaking to him in a loud voice so that he could hear that we were all yelling at him then. So the doctor set him at 25%, and then he went in 3 months later and he upped him to 50%. And then he went in 3 months later and upped him to 75, and then the same thing. Now he's at 100%, and now he just has the volume control on him. But man, I tell you, he said it's fantastic. Now, mind you, the man is 82. He finally went and got good hearing aids that works, and he went and had laser surgery on his eyes, so now he doesn't have to wear glasses anymore. So him and mom are campground hosting. They've been retired for several years, but they campground host, and so they stay busy. And I attribute that to their health. So they stay busy. So, but I love having them around. I don't know what I'll do without them. They are both a wealth of knowledge, and they are both completely different people. Sometimes I wonder how they stayed married for 50, 55 years. 55 years this July. So, yeah. So, but anyway. We can talk to the hand. Cell phone is almost as big as your dog's. You better watch out, Gail. They still might find a way to eat it. Your dad says he loves when he wears them, but he doesn't want to hear what we have to say. Oh, that is priceless. That is priceless. Good morning, Waltermans. How are you this morning? I had an interim pastor complain about his hearing aids. You know, I thought my pops would complain about his, but he was excited to actually go to the next level. So, because he couldn't believe how much he was actually missing. Yeah, 55 years this July. It's something else. They're amazing people. They have helped me immensely over the years. I got my love of homesteading from them. My pops was raised on a ranch, and my mom was a city girl. So we used to always find it funny that the two of them managed to get together. But yeah, my mom got into canning and baking and all that stuff. And when I was growing up, we lived on a small homestead, and and a small homestead ranch, whatever you want to call it. And we grew our garden was 30 by 100, I think. And we had about a 8-acre pasture, and we had chickens and ducks and sheep and occasionally pigs and horses. Only thing we never had was a cow. We did have one stay with us for a little bit, but so I got my love of homesteading from them. And I did 4-H and FFA like pretty much most country boys did back then. So 4-H, FFA, I was a junior leader. Grew up in a small town. Where I grew up, the population was 200. So everybody knew everybody. So, which was fine, you know. You knew who your friends were, that was for sure. Rode the school bus every day to go to school, 17 miles into town. No, I didn't walk uphill both ways. I'm not quite that old. Although I do tell my kids that occasionally. The little town I went to school in was only, back then it was only about 3,000, except during the summer, then it was closer to 4. But it was a retreat area, Northern California. A lot of movie stars and stuff had homes up in the area because it was so peaceful to be there. So. Holy cow, I didn't realize I've been going this long. It's amazing how long you can talk when you start having fun, right? But yeah, if y'all get a chance, though, check out Azure Standard. Like I was saying at the beginning, they got great products. Give them a check out. See them. You know, they'll ship it right to your house, or you can use the pickup if you got a pickup in the area. I think they're out of Oregon, so they started in the Pacific Northwest. So, and then have expanded to most of the U.S. now. So, but yeah, they will ship direct to your home, or they'll ship to a drop-off location where you can pick it up. So, Gail's Garden, that's exactly right. Northern California is pretty. Too bad we have the politicians we have. Exactly right. Exactly right. If Northern California and Southern California had done what they were talking about 15 years ago and split into 2 separate states, I'd probably go live back in Northern California. But they need to take just north of the Bay Area and cut California off at an angle down through Fresno and over to the state line. Just take all that south, make it Southern California, and leave the rest of it to us, you know. Near a school district that has only 3 classrooms. Wow. The little town that near us here that I'm looking at houses at, and the only reason I'm looking is because we're supposed to be here about another 7 years, and I hate paying rent. So I'd rather buy an inexpensive home and make it our own, and then I can do what I want outside. Has their school district so small that the average student to teacher ratio is 6. So and they have kindergarten all the way through 12th grade all in one big school. So that tells you how small they are. So, and they have some of the highest test grades in the state because of that. You know, kids get more one-on-one time with the teacher. They learn better. So, I know. They won't let you split. No, Gail. It's not that they want your taxes. They wanted our water. That's what they wanted. They wanted our water, because let's face it, Northern California has all the water. SoCal's got what? Mead. That's it. I mean, they pretty much have nothing. They wanted our water because we had all the rivers, we had all the big dams. They wanted our water and our power. That was it. Yeah, they keep promising 3 states out of California. You know, it could, who knows? It could happen eventually, but I don't know. I don't imagine I'll be around by the time it happens. So, yeah, I don't imagine. I like, you know, the schools they're in are okay. They're not good. They're okay. And that's why I'm looking out in this other area because I want them to go to good schools. And you're absolutely right, Emma. SoCal has nothing without water. It's just a bunch of high desert. So I know that I've been going for a while here. Holy cow, hour and 20 minutes. That's something. So, hey, Jason, I'll be there tonight. I've been missing too many of my live streams on the weekend, and I'm tired of missing them. So I'm gonna try and get on more of them. And Shayla, I appreciate you coming and chatting with us. I really do. Son's having his scout crossover ceremony. Well, tell him congratulations for me. And Josh, g'day. How are you over there? So, yep, I got to go to Lowe's and get stuff for the cabin. There you go. Yeah, I got to run back over to Lowe's today. Hey, just for those of you that know, Lowe's usually carries toilet paper, Lysol, bleach, cleaning supplies, if you need some of that stuff. So, it never enough time says you've been an educator 25 years. Class size is the key. Absolutely right. And that one-on-one time, our 13-year-old is smart as a whip. She has all A's and B's. She struggles with it, though, because, in my opinion, she doesn't get enough one-on-one time with the teacher so that she can have it explained to her better. She learns well. She just doesn't learn as fast as everybody else. So she's fantastic. Like I said, all A's and B's. I couldn't be prouder. But, anyway, I love y'all. I'm glad y'all stopped in to see me, and I really do appreciate it. And y'all have a blessed day. Get some coffee in, get some sodas in, whatever y'all drinking. Go out, have a productive day. And as I like to tell my kids, be a productive member of society. So be a productive member of your own society, your own little family group, if you got to be, But so that is it for me. God bless y'all. Have a blessed day. Enjoy yourselves. Jason, enjoy that sunshine. Lord knows there may be more rain coming that way. I hope not, for your guys' sake, but y'all have a blessed day. God bless y'all. Bye-bye.